Hello, this is Grinstar. Today, I wanted to play around with some reverb and some delay, create some cool and interesting effects with them. And we're going to start off with using VCVRack 2. VCVRack 2 is normally free to download and play, but it doesn't come as a VST plugin. I think you can use Cardinal, I think it's called, as a alternative to this. But basically, I think you should be able to do what you need to do using the alternate version of VCVRack within Bitwig. I own the professional edition, which allows me to install it as a VST extension and be able to play with it with the sound going in from Bitwig and into it. So I'm gonna use it. I really like this, and this plateau from Valley is kind of cool when you get it working. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the audio here. It's gonna say from DAW, and then basically the input from the DAW is gonna go up into the module for basically this is plate reverb into the delay circuit and back in, which is gonna give us something sounding like this. Already pretty cool. Let me turn this off. I have kind of the default sound from Polymer, and it's getting a almost an organ type sound, and I want to increase the decay. Now the sustain or the enough that the voice is lasting a while. So I want to automate this, and there's a couple of ways of doing it. I can move this button, and down here you can see on VCVRack, or I mean you can see on Bitwig, that we can just take an automator. Let's say like your typical LFO, and you can apply it to this, and it's moving that knob. The other way we could do it, let me kill this so it stopped moving. The other way of doing this is to do it with VCVRack itself and take in the LFO tool here, slow down the frequency a bit, and we want kind of a saw, and then take it into here, put up the attunement, and you can't see it automated, which is and it kind of mixes in the decay in and out. We can do that same thing with size. We can go up to here, and we want to increase the size. And because we have it with an LFO, it has that pitch up and pitch down, or kind of a shimmer effect going on. Touching the delay yet. This is just the kind of the sounds that you're getting after the plate reverb here. I want this to be a bar, and I want it to be really long. We're gonna do about 8 bars. What's good is you can actually record this or bounce the sound and be able to make transitions, kind of like downers, I think, or they rise, you know, flip them around and rise them. Actually, risers too, depending on where this thing goes. And if you record them and bounce them, then you got all ample opportunity to play around with them in waveform and kind of cut it and trim it and that kind of stuff and use it as a sample for later on. It's kind of cool stuff you can do play around with just 2 devices in VCVRack. That makes it all the more cooler. So let's see what other types of stuff that we can get into. Now, when it comes to like free type things, you could always do, and I'm scrolling down for it here, is my favorite. I will always play it every time, is the Valhalla Supermassive here. And this has a very good, what I call artifact when you're... Now this one kind of incorporates the reverb and the delay in one thing, so you don't need 2 of them. So it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. It's one of the reasons I like it. So we can get our typical LFO in here. Can drive this up to 8 bars, or approximately 8 bars, without clicking on it and being exact. Still too fast. We could have different types of modes for the reverb. Like the Leo, if I remember right, is like really long. Tells you down the bottom. Really cool theatrical stuff, I guess, or cinematic. Sounds like something like a carnival. Like a horror type carnival type of sound. Time break the LFO. Possibly. Probably going so slow, and the fact that it's kind of a that's a kind of cool effect. And then as it goes, it should introduce more of the warp. Nice transition on that one. So Valhalla Supermassive free, totally free. Also excellent. We're gonna try a few more, or actually one or two more. I want to do with the, let's start with the delays and the, like a brigade. These are the Alturia ones that cost a little bit more money. And we'll probably lock up my thing if I stare at them too much. And we are looking for plate or reverb. Yeah, like plate. If I'm not mistaken, this should emulate what we had going. The reason I'm going through these settings is because Arturia products currently on this one, at least, I think, lock up my screen every time I mess with them. I haven't actually tried. Oh, maybe they fixed it. Yeah, it looks like it's been fixed. These are not as powerful. It could probably be using the wrong ones. I mean that the plate sounds reasonably okay, but the bucket brigade, I'm not feeling it. Go back up to my delays. Of course, you could do this with the Bitwig tools. Although I don't think there's a necessarily a plate. Get my keyboard. The reverb for the built-in or Bitwig. Get this back. I think it does hall and room, but not plate. Yeah, see, there's hall and there's room. It's really fun to play around with, but you can do the convolution or the convolver, and it has spring and plates and stuff like that, especially if you release springs. I'm not seeing plates. Oh, there it is, studio plates. This could be really cool. Not really the lush type of stuff I'm thinking about. Either that or I'm using it wrong. It's been a while since this got released, and the last time I played with it in a while. The only thing I'm successfully doing is turning up the gain. But this does, I know the delay on here will kick out a big time delay. In fact, if we put the delay plus down, and then put this in the reverb. Maybe we do this backwards. This only tells me that I need to play around with these a little bit more, because this is not A, getting the intended effect that I wanted, and B, it's kind of not, actually both. It's not getting the plate effect that we were seeing, nor the kind of the looping that you get with the now the delay will give you the looping, but we want the lushness of that reverb along with it. Now we could just be in here and turn this back on. nothing with the artifacting though that gives you the coolness of it. So realistically, I think it's stick with the Valhalla. At least you get the artifacting. Now, when I was talking about stepping the artifacting using kind of like mixing and stuff like that, somebody was saying that these don't really do it anyway. So I think that just proves it. So either way, Valhalla Supermassive, get a third party like an Arturia type of stuff with some limited type of things, and VCVRack definitely excels in the wild and crazy universe of getting stuff. And that's just with the stock sound. Could you imagine like putting a guitar or something to it or anything else? So let's use like, let's try our U-Jam, not carbon. Actually, I thought it was. There we go. Let's do iron. Come on, load. Setup rather than something sustained. Picture. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. It is really weird. I do like the feedback effects. I was messing with the new toy I got for Christmas, the EP-133 KO sampler from Teenage Engineering, and it's got some really weird delay effects in there that allows you to do that, and I thought it would be kind of a cool type of thing to sit down and mess with it and show off the different ways that you can make that happen in the software that we have, rather than just buying a $200 or $300 hardware device and play with it with the limited type of sounds on there or something. But either way, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will catch you later.